So, the ARC-2e. This controller can display up to 24 menus, each with up to 16 items. It is most often used to control basic audio functions such as volume, preset, and source selection, and may also be used to execute complex logic-based events such as room combining. To assign a parameter to an ARC-2e, open the External Controller wizard, and the Add New External Controller option will be pre-selected by default. From the list, select the ARC-2e wall panel. On this page, you may edit the ARC-2e name to identify your control. This name will show up in the ARC-2e's display as well as in the main index, which shows all available ARC programs. Select the physical address of the ARC-2e via the drop-down menu. On the rear of the device, there are dials that set both the 1s and 10s for the 2-digit address from 01 to 99, with the default of 01 seen on the slide. Click on the Add New Menu button to begin programming a parameter to the ARC-2e. Here we will add a volume menu. Choose volume from the available options. You may notice slight differences between the Zone Mix 761 and Jupiter software. At the risk of being redundant, we'll show both platforms in this chapter to minimize the risk of confusion. A volume menu may be continuous or enumerated. Continuous volume menus operate just like a fader or knob. Enumerated volume menus allow the installer to not only restrict the user to specific volume levels, but also to name each volume level. After the selection, click Next. For a continuous volume menu, select the parameter you wish to control from the drop-down menu. As we've mentioned earlier, the Jupiter DSP software offers a quick filter function on the parameter drop-down. Then, give your volume menu a name. This name will appear on the ARC-2e's display. You can specify an upper and lower limit to restrict the user's control and set a resolution for the menu. The resolution determines the incremental change each time a button is pressed. When finished, click Next and you will return to the Edit ARC-2e screen where you can add, edit, duplicate, or delete more menus, or you can move on to set the ARC-2e's preferences. For an enumerated volume menu, select a parameter you wish to control from the drop-down menu. Then give your volume menu a name. This name will appear on the ARC-2e's display. Now you may add, edit, or delete volume levels, also known as enumerations. Each level must have a name which will appear on the ARC-2e's display and a level. When finished, click Next and you will return to the Edit ARC-2e screen. Next, we will add a button mute menu to our ARC-2e. For a mute menu, select the parameter you wish to control from the drop-down menu. Then give your mute menu a name. This name will appear on the ARC-2e's display. Now you may reorder the menu items or change their names for better clarity. Next, we will add a preset menu to our ARC-2e. It's important to note that in order to create a preset menu, you must first store some presets. Give your preset menu a name. This name will appear on the ARC-2e's display. Then, you may choose which presets you wish to appear in the preset menu as well as reorder or rename the items. Next, we will add a Select Radio Button Group menu to our ARC-2e. For a radio button group menu, select a parameter you wish to control from the drop-down menu. To narrow the list of parameters down to a certain processing stage of the Jupiter app, click on the Filter menu to the right of the parameter drop-down list. Reorder and/or rename the items in your menu. To change the physical address of an ARC-2e, use the dial switches on the rear. Make sure the RS-45 address on this page matches the physical address of the ARC. If you already have some existing menus, you may duplicate, edit, or delete them with the appropriate buttons. The Edit ARC-2e Preferences dialog allows control over things like menu brightness, idle message, and timeout behavior. Set the options as necessary and click Next when finished. The ARC-2e is now ready for use. You may select the unit for further editing, duplicating, or deleting in the bottom section.